Hey everybody, what's going on? My name is Jesse, also known as Sublime, and oh my goodness, how it feels great to be back doing these normal commentaries. As you guys can see, we're back on the Spin and Go table because we are the Spin and Go kings of PokerStars, and we're spinning for about 200,000, so it's the worst possible option you can get, but that's a-okay. We start off the table with 710 on the small blind, and yeah, we just do a little collie call. Lopez raises it up to 35, so I end up calling it. 710 is not a bad position here. But with that flop, I say, hell no, and I throw those cards right into the center of the table. Options on Lopez now. He just ends up checking it. It goes back to Big B 001, and he ends up checking it as well. A 5 comes out on the turn, both check. 6 comes out on the river. Big B ends up throwing a bet for 55, and Lopez calls it. And Big B ends up taking that pot home with a pair of 6s, taking home a $275 pot. Then we get a 4-9. I end up throwing that away. And I want to say, guys, I've been doing a couple commentaries over on the Get Lucky VR channel, and I got to tell you, my poker commentary skills, I think, have evolved into something crazy. But, guys, this is where the magic happens, okay? We get pocket 2s here on the big blind. Lopez raises it up to 70. I, of course, call it. And the flop comes out Queen 10-7. Now, I put Lopez on a very, mid pair. Kind of like how I am. With that raise that he did, it's nothing crazy. It's nothing too huge. And a king comes out on the turn, completing that straight. You know, I'm playing like I have many over pairs right now. Lopez ends up calling it, and he has a pair of 6s. So exactly what I put him on. And I point to the 4 cards that are over pairs, and I'm just like, you are super ballsy. But nonetheless, we end up down to 50 chips, okay?
I was just laughing.
We got 50 chips on the table, and, you know, I'm thinking, like, what am I going to do? How am I going to come back from this? 3-9 ace comes out on the flop, then a jack, so we got both a flush draw and we got a straight draw. We need a queen or a 7 to complete that flush draw, or a straight draw, or we need any spade, but luckily for us, a queen ends up coming out on the river, so we do complete our straight. And I do say to everybody at the table, I'm not done yet. And we do end up winning that pot. We get plus 105, so we're sitting at about 130 chips at the moment. And we just end up folding our 8-6 away. Now, this is when I'd like to say pure domination starts, and this is where we kind of separate ourselves from the pack. Does luck play a role in it? Of course. But, you know, it also has to do with having the balls to call, to make the raises. And we get 9-8 here. I end up raising it up to 50 here. I do like connectors. And I do like 9-8, so I end up just raising it up to 50. Big B, it raises it up to 100. Pushes me all in, I go all in. I'm like, you know what? If I lose, I lose. It is what it is. Flop comes out 7-5-3. Then another 7. Our only out is a 6. And luckily for us, a 6 comes out on the river.
Nice.
And now we're up to 210 chips. The comeback is imminent. The comeback is coming. We get 8-10 of clubs here on the small blind. Yeah, so I just end up calling it, knowing that you know, I'm hoping something big comes out, and for us, a 9 and a jack of clubs shows up. We got the flush draw, and we got the straight flush draw as well as a straight draw. We got a lot of outs here. Luckily for us, one of our outs comes out, and I end up raising it up to 100 here after a couple checks around. Lopez, I publicly stated that I was coming for him for calling me with those 6s, and we make him pay. We end up at 430 chips now. We're back in the game. We end up getting pocket 5s. Okay, Lopez ends up folding it, so now we're up against Big B. Big B says, you know what, I'm gonna go all in, and I say, you know what, if it could work for Lopez, it could work for me. And then I end up shoving as well. He turns over an ace deuce of hearts. Flop comes out 3 jack 7 with 2 diamonds. Then a 3. And then we see a king. Our 5s hold up. and we end up taking Big B out of the tournament, or out of the spin and go, and we're now heads up against our rival, Lopez. But luckily enough for us, we get pocket tens. I end up raising it to 125. Lopez ends up going all in. I say, this is just too easy for me, and I end up just pushing it.
Here it goes.
He turns over an ace-9 offsuit. Flop comes out, queen-5 king. And to put the dagger in, a 10 pulls up, but he can still get a jack to get us straight. No jack shows up, and we end up winning the tournament. Guys, we are the Spin and Go Kings. We are the comeback kids. Holy smokes, we went from 50 chips, and I think we only folded like 2 hands after that, to absolutely just dominated. We got the new helmet there. I'm taking a thumbnail screenshot here, so I want to thank you guys all for being here. I want to thank you guys all for supporting me while I went through, you know, some things in my life and lots of hard work going into other things in my life. But we're back. We are back, and we're ready to attack. We're, guys, going into, because it's almost the end of the year, going into the new year, we are going to be on top of the game. We are going to be dominant, not only on the tables, but on YouTube. And I can't wait to have you guys come along with me. So thank you guys all again for subscribing, liking the video, joining the Discord by clicking the link in the description. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.